Nambraki Hawa Rakatha, Yahusha, Braki Hawa Rakatha, Yahusha Bahashan, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. Lesson will be entitled, What is Self-Hate? Lord, will you are edified. This video was inspired by a video from the No Truths Barred podcast. And as you can see, Black Americans are not Israelites. If you understand this truth, all right, salvation, the doctrine, okay, the law, statutes, and the commandments are only for the Israelites. And at this time frame, salvation is only for the elect of Israel, which
Claim you're a
consists of
descendant of Israel.
so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans based on the lineage of our fathers, okay, and our forefathers. Going back to the promise starts with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, trickling down to the 12 tribes, okay?
Israelites. As a black person, that's a form of self-hate. You claim that you're indigenous and you have no connection to West Africa. That's a form of self-hate. I believe.
And we didn't. Prior to the Roman persecution, we didn't, okay? All right, we had our own land, all right, which was Israel, okay?
Believe that these particular ideologies, they've really caught fire because many of us are victims of miseducation, misinformation, and we have a deep visceral hatred, a hatred that we've been taught of anything connected to black folk.
And this nigga is just talking. So, according to freedictionary.com, self-hatred, hatred, disregard, and denigration of oneself. All right. And you promote self-hatred, all right, if you are an Israelite, by not converting, by not returning to the laws, statutes, and the commandments. All right. And Jeremiah 6:16, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, stand you in the ways and see and ask for the old paths, okay? Where is the good way, meaning this truth, our customs, our culture. This is the good way. Where is the good way? And walk therein, meaning how we regulate our lifestyle by using the laws, statutes, and the commandments at this time frame to the best of our ability. And you shall find rest for your souls. And it starts from a spiritual sense. But they said, we will not walk therein. Okay, 2/3 of our people within America. Okay, this is what the latter part of the scripture is talking about. And the non-elect of Israel scattered throughout the four corners of the world, which is also an example of self-hatred. Genesis 10:1. Now these are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood. If you can receive this in the spirit, okay, all the nations you see on earth today came from these three men, either Shem, Ham, or Japheth. Now let's jump down to verse 6. And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim, and Put, and Canaan. Okay, so-called Africans, okay, forefather or progenitor is Ham. All right, and we have no association with Ham. Okay, just like a lion, okay, will have no association with a cheetah or a jaguar, although they are in the same cat family. All right, now let's jump down to verse 22. Salakia, verse 21. Unto Shem also, the father of all the sons of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder, even to him were sons born. Okay, so we came from the line of Shem. We are Shemites. All right. Verse 22. The sons of Shem, Elam and Asher and Arphaxad. Now our lineage goes from Shem to Arphaxad. Okay. And Lud and Aram. Now the point is, the sons of Shem, Elam and Asher and Arphaxad. So we came from Shem through Arphaxad. Jumping down to verse 24. And Arphaxad begat Salah, and Salah begat Eber. Okay, this is our lineage according to the laws, statutes, and the commandments. So from Shem through Arphaxad. Okay, this is our lineage. Galatians 4:26. But Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. All right. So-called Africa, okay, is not the motherland. It's actually Jerusalem, according to the truth. Okay. Again, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. And before that landmass was called Africa, okay, it was actually known as the land of Ham and not Africa. Revelation 12:6. And the woman, which is a representation for the nation of Israel, fled into the wilderness, referring to Africa, okay, because of Roman persecution, where she had a place prepared of the Most High that they should feed her there 1,260 days. The point is, we fled into Africa to avoid the Roman persecution. Let's go to Matthew 24 and verse 1. And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. Verse 2. And Yahushua said unto them, See you not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone on another that shall not be thrown down. Yahushua is prophesying regarding the Roman persecution 40 years before it happened. Okay? And at this time frame, 40 years before the Roman persecution, before we fled into Africa, okay, we were located in Jerusalem. Okay? Jeremiah 17:4. And you, even yourself, shall discontinue from your heritage. All right? From our land as well as from our identity. Losing our customs. Losing our culture. Not knowing who we are. And over a process of time, okay, we were indoctrinated with these other philosophies, okay? And what happened? We further separated from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And now the truth has been activated on earth. And you have individuals that come across the videos of the truth that pass by the camps, and they still want to cling on to this so-called African heritage. This is a form of self-hatred because we are not African. If you're so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans identified from the lineage of your father, okay? And you, even yourself, shall discontinue from your heritage that I gave you, and I will cause you to serve your enemies in the land which you knew not, for you have kindled a fire in my anger. All right, so this is righteous indignation from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, which shall burn forever. And that forever is a process of time. Deuteronomy 28:15, but it shall come to pass if you will not hearken or listen unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh your power to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command you this day, that all these curses, hence indignation, shall come on you and overtake you. Let's read this, verse 25 in the NLT. The Lord Yahweh will cause you to be defeated by your enemies. You will attack your enemies from one direction, but you will scatter from them in seven. You will be an object of horror to all the kingdoms of the earth. Scattered. Okay, so now let's read this in the KJV. The Lord Yahweh shall cause you to be smitten before your enemies. You shall go out one way against them and flee seven ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Okay, hence Africa. Okay, during a process of time. Let's jump down to 64. And the Lord Yahweh shall scatter you among all people. All right? Hence the concept of the Israelite foreigner. All right? Israelites looking like these other nations, although their lineage goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and that is based on their father's side. And the Lord Yahweh shall scatter you among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there you shall serve other gods, which neither you nor your father have known, even wood and stone. Right, and we can also equate what? Us going into Africa. And the reason why, to avoid Roman persecution. Okay? Only the curses fit the profile of Israelites. Okay? And modern terms, so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Americans. And you are no exception. You are an Israelite, all right? If you are a so-called Negro, so-called Hispanic, or so-called Native American. And this is based on the lineage of our fathers. Point blank period. You are an example of self-hatred. Lord, will you edify? Shalom.